Welcome to Handyman Wednesday. I'm Don, this is Chris. Today, Chris, what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about coatings. We had a question about using, or the advantages of using semi-gloss paint over, or satin paint over flat paint in your home. So we're going to talk about if you want to personalize your home a little bit via, paint colors or maybe staining your deck or whatever it is, what we think the best thing for your money is. So
that's a tough one. Because some people, it works good with certain coatings, other ones.
well, there's a lot of factors, yeah. Generally,
So with paint, we have flat,
yeah.
eggshell. I think there's a matte
They
in
even
there
throw
now.
matte in there, yeah.
There's eggshell, satin, semi-gloss, and the other end of the spectrum is gloss.
Full gloss, yeah.
You don't see that very much.
And it varies a little bit one manufacturer to the other,
Mhm.
so that's something to know. But always talk to your paint guy. But I think in the past, everybody always used semi-gloss, right, or maybe a satin in a bathroom, a kitchen,
Semi-gloss used to be used for kitchens and bathrooms.
and or a traffic area even.
Or trim.
For what reason?
Basically, it's a good scrubbable paint. You
So-
can go in and wash your walls. The question is, do people really wash their walls? Our cameraman JD this morning, he washed his flat wall and all the paint came off.
Well,
So
here's my opinion on that. Is I like to use flat paint as much as possible because you can touch it up. So if there's something that's past being washable, then you can touch it up. Whereas we know a semi-gloss paint or maybe a satin or even an eggshell,
yeah,
if you have to touch it up, you're going to see it.
you're gonna see it.
So then that doesn't look so good.
So you're basically gonna,
Yeah.
at the very least, repaint the whole wall.
Exactly. Or if you had something like a repair or something, then of course you got to paint,
Mhm.
and rather than just painting your one spot, you have to paint the whole wall, like you said. So
There's advantages, disadvantages to one, and they fit families more than anything else. If you have a lot of
yeah,
dogs or something, you may want to think about more of a scrubbable paint than a
Yeah.
flat. But again, if you get to the point where you have to touch it up, your flat's your best
yeah,
business here.
yeah. And I think paints are a little different than they used to be too, right? I mean, I think I've seen a washable flat or matte. Even.
Matte finish, some of them say they're washable. But,
Yeah,
so that's good, and it's all becomes personal preference.
yeah.
So
So now, how about the outside of your house?
deck coatings.
Deck coatings, well, and your siding and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I know in washing a lot of houses, obviously, like builders generally use flat paint unless it's a custom built home on your siding at least, and then they'll use satin or semi-gloss on your trim.
Semi-gloss on the trim.
But I've seen some really nice looking houses if you're ever thinking about repainting the outside where the siding is actually a satin. It seems like it holds up longer. It's more stain resistant. I think that's in my opinion, a good look.
Sure, and it is. Again, you're into the same thing as the interior. Touching it up or doing something like this becomes an issue.
Yeah.
So. How about decks?
Decks, that's a big can to open.
That is a big.
But
That's a big one.
but basically you've got your semi transparents
Mhm.
or even clears, preceding that, and then you've got somewhere in the middle between that and a solid, you've got a semi-solid.
Mhm.
So that offers a little bit more coverage generally, and then you've got a solid, which is a totally opaque coating. So it all, I think, just comes down to the condition of the deck,
Mhm.
the age of the wood, what it looks like, if there's an existing coating on there. Obviously, everybody likes a natural look, but probably a key thing to mention before we go too far into this is we have a lot of conversations about going with a solid stain, and we a lot of times encounter a lot of hesitation about a solid stain. I think because
It looks like paint.
you don't want to paint a deck. I get that. Nor I don't want that either. But I don't think it looks like it's painted a lot of times. If you select a natural tone color, solids do go on a little different in general, other than maybe certain thicker products. But ones we like to use, I think Olympic, Sherwin-Williams, they tend to still show you the grain, and I think it can make an old, beat-up looking deck
Absolutely.
look super good again.
Yeah, and that's, I think it's a natural progression.
Yeah,
with
sure.
Pressure treated wood. When it's new, you can go. I would go with a semi-transparent because a clear doesn't really protect against UV. Is that right?
Yeah, the
As
more
much as-
pigment you have, the better protection you have for the wood.
Okay.
And on that note, if you go with a semi-transparent, we usually recommend an oil, not just an oil-based, but a true penetrating stain. There's a few products out there like TWP, Ready Seal, Armstrong Clark that actually penetrate the wood, and that offers a lot of advantages over something like a Cabot that's just going to sit on the surface.
Yeah, it's a
So
surface stain. So.
yeah, so it'll give you more time before you have to go to that solid route. So, anyways, lots we can talk about with
Yeah,
this.
this is a pretty big topic.
Yeah, but you know, we've been taking questions, I think, and if anybody wants to dive more into this, has more specific question, you can send us an email or give us a call in the office and ask us. We can definitely talk about this all day. So
That's our Handyman Wednesday.
yeah, hopefully if you're looking to repaint a room or redo your deck, that helps you. We'll see you next week. If you do have any questions, our office number is 919-388-2204.